That logo means it's the top of the second hour here on Kpoppin. I'm your host, Isak, and yes, it is finally time to have Steven officially be on the show for us. I have kind of seen him come and go in the studio, never really officially got a chance to meet him, so it's actually going to be my first time officially meeting him today. As for Sam and for Hyungwoo, who was our guest too, Taehyuk before that, I do say that anybody who has an accent is awesome. If you've got an accent, you're awesome. And I know a lot of our just people here at Arirang do have an awesome accent. So yeah, it's going to be a fun day today. We got an Aussie joining us in the studio. Woohoo! So all of you down under, because I do know we have a lot of our listeners listening from Australia. Welcome to the show officially. Like, we get a chance to give you a platform to really represent your hood. So we are going to have him in the studio. He's going to be joining us for the next 5 weeks. So it's at least we get a few weeks with him. And maybe this is going to be a new door to open. Maybe. We shall see. In the meantime, though, continue to send in the song request for today's topic. And we're going to be looking at some really interesting balance games. I have to see. We're going to get a chance to know Steven on a whole new level these next 5 weeks. So, yes, get ready. In the meantime, though, Onew was able to drop his solo track. It seems to be extremely him. Does that make sense? Do you know what I mean? You know when an artist drops a song, it's like, that is so them. Like, it's a perfect song for them. Onew's track Dice is that track. So what we're going to do is take a listen to that and see you guys back after this with our tea time with Steven.
Arirang
Radio.
It's time to spill the tea with Tea Time with Steven. For the next 5 weeks, we get a chance to have a special guest in the studio to play your song request, spill the tea on fun random topics, and that's none other than Luminous Steven in the studio. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. So it's the first time that you've been on Kpoppin, though you've been on Arirang Radio before. So I want to give you a platform to reintroduce yourself officially.
Yes, so I am Luminous Steven. Yes, my group's called Luminous, and I'm a member there.
What's your position?
Yes, I am a rapper / sub-vocalist.
Ooh.
Yes, and I'm 22 international age, and 23 Korean age.
I love how you're like international age and Korean age. You got all that. You got all that down.
Yes.
So a lot of our listeners are super excited that you're here, and apparently your hair color, is this new? It's not new. Kind of?
Not new. It's just like the color kind of faded out.
Okay.
So, yes.
It's breathtakingly beautiful. It looks like it might have been many hours in the chair.
Yes.
How long did it take?
Like 4 hours.
That's not that bad.
4 or 6, I forgot.
Probably 6.
Yeah.
Look at how nice the color came out. I'm guessing a little bit of 6. So obviously you are from Australia. What part of Australia?
Sydney, Australia.
Sydney.
Yes.
I love your accent. I think I'm just going to enjoy his accent for the next 5 weeks. Okay, so it's your first time in the studio. You have been on Arirang Radio, though, before.
Yes.
Like, you've been on Music Access. You've been on SoundKey as well.
Yes.
What were some of the things you did on those segments?
Like games, like mini games, or acting, I guess you can say. So yes, there's like a script, and then we'll read it.
You would read it and
yes,
act
like
it
a
out.
K-pop song. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Maybe this might be the easiest thing that you're going to do then for the next 5 weeks.
Yes.
So for the next 5 weeks, we did kind of explain it to him, but you're going to have to appeal to Steven for the next 5 weeks. He is in sole control of our playlist for the next 5 weeks. It's not my choice. It's not PD Neem's choice. It's not our staff's choice. It's just you. It's all you. So our listeners are going to get a chance to send in their song requests to you. The topic for today is going to be work. But first, we're going to warm things up, kind of get to know you a little bit better as well.
Yes.
So our first balance game has been in our script, and there's some reasoning for it. So what's our balance game? Steven, please tell us what the choices are.
Yeah, so for the first balance game, it's bus and subway.
So bus versus subway.
Bus versus subway.
Okay, what did you choose?
I chose bus.
Okay, good, because I was going to go with subway.
Oh.
Okay, so please try to explain your reasoning for bus.
Right. Well, firstly, there's a lot of bus stops everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, so like you could like see one bus stop and then the next. So it's
All right,
like,
so they're shorter, like they're closer together.
it's closer.
Okay.
And you don't need to like walk down the subway and
Stairs.
like there's stairs and like find your place to go. And yeah, it's just 편해, I guess.
It's more convenient.
Yes. And subways you need to like if you're going like a long distance, you need like transfer and all that. So it gets like you can't just rest. You gotta be like,
Right.
"Oh, when's my stop, man?"
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so in your experience, Korea most specifically, the bus is way more appealing for you.
Mhm. It might take longer, but you can just
You can relax.
relax. Yeah.
Okay, so now that's good because the entire reason why I chose subway is the opposite of this. It takes so long most of the time to go by bus in
Yes.
Korea, and it just as a foreigner, I feel that subways are easier to
Right.
navigate even as a foreigner.
Yeah.
So like if you needed to, let's say, go to Hongdae from Gangnam, mostly you'll just stay on line number 2. If you are trying to go to Itaewon, yes, it might be a little bit more inconvenient, but yes, the stairs are annoying. Yes, it's really confusing, but I think that it's easier to navigate instead of the bus stops. Because honestly,
Yes, it
even
is.
though I've lived in Korea for more than 20 years now, the bus stops, if I have to transfer with bus,
Right. No, that's a pain.
it's so confusing. And then you have to
Yeah.
wait for the bus to come and you're not sure if it's the right bus or not.
Yeah.
Okay, what else? What other things are appealing for you for the bus? Because we need you to practice because Steven, there's penalties coming up in the next part.
Yes.
So you have to fight for your life to convince our listeners that your choice is right. So get some practice now.
Right. Well, the bus has 4 wheels. Yes. And yeah, you can see the driver driving, so like you can feel at ease. And,
Okay.
You know, yeah, you're confident that there's someone on the wheel, and like.
No, our listeners are helping you out. Our listeners are helping you out. Here. This is another reason. This is another
yes.
reason.
And the view.
Right.
Yes. You're on the bus and then you can see the view 24/7. Mm-hmm. But like subway, sometimes it goes on the ground. Sometimes it goes like on the bridge and you can see like a good view. But most of the time it's on the ground, so it's kind of like.
Okay. Well, Max agrees with you, says that buses are fun. Mimi also says that buses win. Well, you're not voting yet. Guys, I don't want to have a penalty 5 weeks in a row just because you guys support Steven. I want to go back to in Australia because in LA, I used to live in LA. We don't really have subway systems. The bus system that we do have is not as convenient. There is a bus system. I hear that it's getting better, but it's not ideal for the area.
Yeah.
What about in Sydney? Is there like a public transportation that is convenient for people to use or?
Right. So it's really like separated. Firstly, subways is like a really small thing in
Okay.
Australia. They only have it like in the city.
Okay.
But then instead they have trains,
Okay.
which is kind of like a subway in Korea.
Right.
Yes, so we just call it trains. But yeah, a train, like you don't really need to transfer.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's like trains that go directly to there.
Okay.
Or like go, like
So it's
go
not,
everywhere.
it's a little bit more convenient.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And buses, it's more for like suburbs that don't have trains, like a train station.
Oh, Okay.
Yeah, so you will get off at this station.
Station.
And then go to somewhere with the bus.
Oh, so actually the transportation there is actually pretty well connected, considering how big it is.
Yeah, but the buses is like every 30 minutes or 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, because it's a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Like the distance is a lot bigger
Yes.
than it is in Korea.
And they're always not on time, as I remember, yeah. It's like 30 minutes delayed, so like, yeah.
It's like I'd rather just. So cars are still more
Yes.
dominant to have. So having your own car is more
Is the best.
convenient. Okay. So if let's say some of your fans were coming to Korea because Luminous is having a concert and they don't speak a lot of Korean and they're asking you on Bubble or whatever it is,
Right.
like we need to get around Seoul. What would be your recommendation?
Oh, no.
What would be your recommendation? I mean, it doesn't have to be bus, but like just
Yes.
honestly, would it be taxi? Would it be bus? Would it be subway? What would you recommend?
Well, when I first came Korea, the taxi prices are pretty low.
Right,
compared to like, other countries.
right.
Yes. So, yeah, I just took the taxi around.
Okay,
Yes, until
you ballin'.
until I realized that cheap isn't always that cheap if you know, just take it every second. like,
Right.
just everywhere. And then you realize like $4 stacks up to like 20. And then, yeah, it just gets out of control. So I'm like, I can't be taking taxis everywhere. I've got to learn to, take
Do the
subways.
systems.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, man. And then I just got help. And then I got used to... The subway was pretty easy
Okay.
for me. Yes.
So you do agree that the subway system is
yes,
a little
it
bit
is,
easier.
Yes. So I would recommend taking subways. Buses are a lot harder. And, yeah. I miss my stops a lot of times.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so this is how I'm going to try to convince Steven to choose my choices each week. But, I mean, obviously this is going to be up to you guys. In the first part, though, it normally doesn't really matter. It's just a warm-up for the both of us. The voting starts in the second part of the segment. So, yeah, just stay tuned for that.
Yes.
Definitely. Let's see here. There's a lot of... I've never seen our chat go up this fast. Serena was saying, just lie to us and say it's the bus. It's okay. Mimi's saying, get one of those electric scooters. Oh,
yes.
yeah, those.
So it's good.
Yeah.
But you might need a license.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Yeah,
You might have...
yes.
Do you have your license?
Yes, I do.
How old is it to get your license in Australia?
In Australia, it's 16, but you'll need to drive with a full license person for like a year. And then you can start driving by yourself like a year later after you get your license.
Oh, so it's 1 year later than the States. Because 15, you can get your permit in California, and then you can officially start driving at 16.
Right.
Oh.
Yes, so it's
A
1
year
year
later.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got his license.
Yes.
I think that's kind of the perk of living overseas. You get your license faster.
Yeah.
Well, you can get your license faster.
But then Korea, you can get it in one go and just start driving.
Kind
But
of,
it's
sort
a
of,
bit
yeah.
late, yeah.
That and also the test here is so hard.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I heard. Yeah.
I've seen a couple of my friends try to take the test, like, as a Korean. I was like, that's really hard. A really hard test. Did you get your driver's license in one take?
Yeah.
You
one
did?
Go. Yes. For the Korea, I just transferred my...
Yeah. But in Sydney,
Australia,
you got it
in one go.
in one go.
Yes.
Oh, look at you. There we go. Tori says, so, okay, I'm coming to Korea so that Steven can drive me around. Mimi saying, road trip.
Take you to the beach.
Oh, our beaches aren't that pretty,
Yeah,
though.
it's not, but
You
just
have
for
to
the
go
vibes.
down. Yeah, you got to go down to Busan. I mean,
Yeah,
Haeundae
yeah.
is fine,
Yes.
but yeah, or go to Jeju.
Oh, I think I've been once, but I was like really young. I was like 3 years old, so I can't even remember.
Pinim, we need to do a Jeju special, and we need to take Luminous because Steven's never been to Jeju. Okay. So, fam, this is pretty much how it's going to go for today. And remember that you do have to appeal to Steven with your request. And I really love how the requests are coming in, though. Like, everybody is saying so much hellos and I love yous to Steven in the messages. Okay, so Steven has been choosing the requests for today. And the first request was sent in. So, Steven, could you please read who sent in the request and what request we're going to be listening to?
Yes, so the request is by Tiger Blue Eyes.
Okay.
Song request for Steven. Russian Roulette by Red Velvet. The perfect workplace song when you hate your job. Yes.
I hope you don't hate your job, Tiger. Oh no. I mean, at least you love your job.
Yes.
Though it is
yes.
stressful.
Yes, well, there's pros and cons, but yeah, for every job there's pros and cons.
Right.
Yes.
So this obviously, the song doesn't pertain to you, but...
No, it doesn't, but I just thought I'll, choose this song because hopefully one day you'll like your job.
Okay,
yes.
to hope that our listener likes their job.
Yes.
Okay, so this is how it goes. You have to appeal to Steven for the rest of the requests. Now, if some of your requests don't get played today, they might be played tomorrow. They might be played during the weekend. Pidgin finds her way to put them in all of the playlists. So yeah, stick around. In the meantime, though, we're going to take a listen to our first request, which is Tiger's request of Red Velvet's Russian Roulette. And we'll see you guys back after this with more of the show.
Yep.
Music that you wanna dance to. Arirang Radio.
It's tea time day, and we've got our 5-week guest, Steven, in the studio of Luminous. He is rocking the show today. Hello to everybody who's dropping by just to support him. Don't forget to join us for the next 5 weeks. And we did our warm-up for the first one. We just listened to one of our song requests, and now we're going into the official...
Yes.
We're going to the official topic for today. This one is going to have a voting system. Whoever loses today is going to have a penalty. Today.
Yay.
Today. Today is the penalty. Today. Okay, so what is our official balance game question for today? Could you please read it for us, Steven?
Yes, so we have a senior who consistently hovers versus a senior who teaches you nothing.
Wow.
Yes.
Neither. Neither. I mean, I feel that seniority is something that is, I do know it is apparent in like Western cultures, but not as extreme as I feel Korean culture and more like Asian culture in general. I mean, as a trainee, you probably experienced the whole seniority ordeal there. What was that like for you? Because I'll be very honest with you, when I first came to Korea, I was like, what is this? When I was a trainee, I was like, what is going on? Why are people yelling at me?
Korea? I don't really know.
I mean, but as a trainee, because what was it like for you? Because I know that you were a trainee for a while.
Yes. Well, for me, it was more of age than, senior or.
Because wow, and then maybe it's changed. Because for me, it was senior, not age. So if I came into the company 2 weeks before you, I was your senior, even though I'm younger than you.
Right.
So you would have to call me 선배. So that was how our system worked. So for me, I was just like, what?
Yeah, so that's the system I knew.
But it wasn't that bad?
Yeah. My previous company, it wasn't that bad. It was more of age.
Okay. So who's older?
Yeah. For the trainees, it was just it was like age.
Okay.
And then maybe the workers, they had like
that system.
But for trainees, it was just age. Yeah.
Okay, then I guess it's a lot easier to be a trainee now because when I was a trainee, it was intense.
Right.
Because I was younger, but I came in first, and people that were coming in later were older than me, but they were my juniors. And like because of that, like they had to do certain tasks that only like the new
Right.
trainees did.
Yes.
And apparently that didn't go over well. It was intense for me. So I don't like either, but obviously we do have to choose today for the sense of voting.
Yes.
So what did you choose, Steven?
I think I'll go with a senior who teaches you nothing. So like just a quiet senior.
So it doesn't tell you what you're doing wrong, doesn't tell you what you're doing right, just you have to figure it out on your own.
Yeah.
That's even worse.
I mean,
I would cry every day. I'd be in the corner like, I'm going to die. Like, freaking out.
but isn't it better than, you know?
What, a senior that's constantly hovering?
Yeah.
But I mean, at least they're teaching you something.
Yeah, but I mean, it will be good for like the first few days.
Why do I feel like I'm going to lose today?
Yes.
I feel like I'm going to lose today. It's not a popularity contest. I feel I'm going to lose today. Because our listeners are just like, no, Ishak, never. I mean, okay, so this is the thing. Like, yeah, I'm the personality that will try to figure things out by myself, but still, like, there are certain things that need to be taught, especially in, like, a work situation.
Right.
Like, because both you and I are coming in from more of a foreigner perspective, especially when we're doing, like, the trainee thing.
Yes.
So, like, you know, we're not familiar with a lot of the systems, which in Korea, normally the maknaes, or the youngest, quote-unquote, the newbies, are the ones that clean up after everybody.
Right.
Right. You know, like they are the ones that, like, you know, use the broom. They're the ones that vacuum or they're the ones that clean the mirrors, you know, like stuff like that. If nobody told me I was supposed to do that, I would literally just be like, 수고하셨습니다, pick up my bag and go home. And then how much hate would come after that. Be like, she's the newbie. How dare she? So I would rather have a senior like hovering and be like, Isak, did you clean the mirrors? Isak, did you change this? Isak, did you pick up after everybody? Did you do this? Did you do that? Did you do this? Did you do that? Did you do this?
I mean, yeah, it will be good for the first few days, but then if they keep on doing it after like months, then like it will get annoying. And like personally, I can't be like, oh, okay, can you please stop saying it? I know already. Like I can't say that. I'd rather say
you can't say that. Okay.
Yeah, like I'll rather ask and be like, oh, what do I need to do, than say, can you stop? So, yeah, I mean, like a senior that teaches you nothing, I'm sure that person will teach you if you ask. No.
No, you know what? I've heard sometimes these days in the workplaces, if like you ask a senior, like, what is this? They'd be like, that's not my job to tell you. It's like, it's not in my job description to teach you.
Yeah.
I've heard stories of people actually saying that.
Right.
So, I mean, if that is going to be the type of senior that we end up having, I think I would either have a senior whoever's like, yes, I'm winning. I'm winning him over.
You can always watch and learn.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know. Like, I want my own space. And, like, yeah, I think I'll get more stress from people, you know, keep on like bugging me and be like, oh, do this, then, you know, just getting in trouble for not doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So definitely you would not go with the hovering senior. You would rather have somebody who just teaches you nothing and lets you fail on your own and watches you burn in the pit of despair.
Yes.
And get yelled at every single day. I try to make this sound as awful as possible so our listeners can vote. Okay, so our listeners... Bro was like, uh-oh, Steven's point is getting demolished. Mimi's like, no, he can redeem himself from the bus hate earlier. Brooke was saying, my boss is like that. He never says anything, but working with him for 7 years, I already know what his silence means. Yeah, see, for me... I'm the type of person that reads the room. So if I read a room and I see that, which is never happens, like our PD님 would never do that, but if my PD님 like never talked to me, never complimented me, never said anything to me, like whether I'm doing a good job, a bad job, never critiqued me at all. And she just came to work, said hi to me, did her thing, went home. I would have a mental breakdown. I would be like, tell me something.
Right.
I can't function. I need feedback. I need you guys to tell me stuff, like whether I'm doing a good job, a bad job. If there's something that I need to fix, I want to do that. But that's just my person. I'm a very people pleaser type of a person, which I know not everybody is. So that's why for me, I'd rather have a hovering senior, because this hovering senior doesn't mean that that person might be like a mean hovering senior.
wait. No. It's a mean senior. Because the silent one is mean, so therefore the hovering senior has to be mean as well.
I don't think you guys saw it on camera, but for a split second, Steven's eyes was just like,
wait.
what are you talking about?
That's too far.
I'm pushing it too far. Okay, people are asking what your MBTI is.
Mine is INFP.
Wait, you're an I?
Yes.
How?
I don't know. When I speak English, I'm
Less.
less of an I,
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense then. Okay, yeah. Okay, so Hannah's saying, wait, those are just two extremes. One who's always talking over you and one who never talks to you at all. That's the point of these balance games. To be too extreme.
Yes. Well, I mean, the constantly hovering senior, I'm pretty sure you will get annoyed of it someday.
Well, okay, Serena's supporting you by saying, I'm a people pleaser too, but hovering senior would probably make me lose my confidence. Okay, so, this is how it works. Fam, you're going to be voting for Steven if you agree with him, or you're going to be voting for me if you agree with me. But this is the twist. If you want to see Steven do a penalty, you vote for me. So it doesn't... Let's not put this in the situation where you agree with me or not. If you want to see Steven do a penalty, all you need to do is vote for me.
I can't win. I can't win.
No. Because, I feel already our listeners are voting for you more.
Yes.
So that means that I'm probably going to be getting the penalty. But that's the thing, fam. If you want to see Steven do the penalty, and we got a lot of cute penalties, trust me.
Vote what you think is right.
You can vote for me because remember, the loser has the penalty. Okay, Steven, you chose our next song request for today's topic. So who was it from and what did the request say? We have NCT U's track coming up next. Did you find it?
Right.
That was on.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, Tea Time with Steven. Can I request NCT U's Work It? Right? Yeah, Work It. Please, the reason why I'm requesting this song is because the beat is so catchy. By the way, Steven, I love you. I love you too.
I knew that sometime down the line he was going to choose song requests like this based on these I love you messages. Yes. All you need to do is appeal to Steven, guys. Remember that.
I got caught.
Yeah, exactly. So remember, try to appeal to Steven when he was sending in these requests. So we got almost requests of NCT U's Work It, and we'll see you guys back after this with more of our Tea Time with Steven.
Arirang Radio.
All right, I keep getting messages off of our chat at the moment that apparently on other shows, Steven has been gone through too much. No. There's no reason to feel sorry for all of the past actions. It's his first time on Kpoppin. He's never had a penalty here. It's okay to have him have a penalty today.
I had enough penalties.
What were some of the penalties that you've done in the past?
I think the worst one was I had to sad twerk. Like, I had to twerk, but
in a sad way.
I don't even know.
You know what we need? I think we need the Steven fans to help us with our Monday segment. So Kpoppin members join us on Monday. We're always open to penalty suggestions. Sad twerking actually sounds like a genius idea. Could you guys send some of those just for us? And it'd be like really, really helpful. We do mix a few of the penalties, like Kpoppin's penalties and Steven's penalties are going to be pretty similar. So yeah, send them our way. Steven might get them. Kpoppin might get them.
As long as it's not me, I'm good. I'm happy.
Oh my God. Okay, so it's tea time with Steven for the next 5 weeks, and we're talking about work. Steven, what's our balance game topic for today that you and I have been fighting about?
Yes, so it was about a senior who consistently hovers and a senior who teaches you nothing.
And you chose the?
A senior who teaches you nothing.
So, so you're going to be voting for either who you agree with or who you don't want to see the penalty today. So that means, okay, Steven, go for me. So the person who loses today has to do the penalty. No, Steven, no. Okay, you know what? I'll tell you this. I don't know why I'm saying this. So Tuesdays we have penalties too.
Yes.
And I don't normally have penalties. And we have two of our guests that have quizzes, and one of our male guests by the name of Joel has like the magic hand, because even if he loses, he always chooses the golden ticket.
Right.
There's a few golden tickets in there, and those involve pass it to the next person. Penalty, pass it to the next person. For me, unfortunately, on Tuesday, there is one that is 흑장미, which is pass the penalty to DJ Isaac.
Right.
Unfortunately, he chose that. So I have a penalty for next week, but not one, but two. Why? Because we have a 1+1 penalty in there as well. So you never know. Even though you get chosen for today, you might be the next golden ticket holder.
No.
And
I
choose.
have really bad luck. I've got the worst luck.
Kyle's like, burn the golden ticket. Burn the golden ticket. Okay, so we are still trying to convince our listeners of who we are, or what we're promoting for today. So, Steven, obviously you're saying a senior who teaches you nothing. So just a recap of that. Why, in your final words, do you think that a senior in any work environment with no feedback at all is better?
Yes, well, firstly, you don't have to say no. So, yes, a senior who constantly hovers.
Right.
Will keep on bugging you and be like, do this, you got to do this, do this right. And even if you think you're doing good, when that senior goes, no, you're doing it wrong, do it my way.
Right.
Then you're just going to feel bad and be like, oh, I guess I wasn't doing it right.
Right.
Yes, so you lose your confidence, and you can just do it your own way, at ease, with confidence, and learn by looking at what other people do, and have your own space.
Why is everybody choosing Steven all of a sudden? What did I do? No. I feel this has nothing to do with today's topic. Excuse me, Kpoppin fam. What did I do wrong? Brooke was like, it feels like Isaac's cheating. How am I cheating? I have a penalty on Tuesday, guys. I have 2 penalties on Tuesday. What do you guys want from me?
More penalties.
Steven, you're not helping. I didn't realize the next 5 weeks was going to be putting me into the pit of despair and make me do penalties for the next weeks. Okay, well, Serena's saying that, yes, Steven, that was a very good argument.
And you? Your point of view.
Okay, let's see if I can redeem myself here. All right. So, right, the one that constantly hovers, I just want to say that just for me, because I am a people pleaser, and I know that some of our listeners are people pleasers as well, and you feel that the hovering senior is going to be a little too much for you. But to be very honest with you, I feel that for me, I need that affirmation, like that affirmation that I did something. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they saw me do it. I was able to do it. Now they're accountable for my actions. You know what I mean? Like, if the next morning, like, let's say the senior, so Steven, you were for my senior, and you're like, okay, Isak, before you leave today, make sure that you, like, you know, organize the documents, make sure, like, all the paper is set up and everything. And I told you I did all of that, and you quote unquote checked. If the next morning our boss gets upset because they didn't like the job that was done, you're also going to be accountable for my actions.
But a bad senior in that situation would still blame you.
Well, yeah, I still blame you, but that person, that senior, is still in charge of me,
yes,
so to speak. So as long as I can put the blame with somebody else, if I can share the blame with somebody, I think that's going to be a lot better for me. Yeah, definitely. Yes. Definitely. Okay, so it feels that we need to get into another request, and I feel that, are we going Luminous first? First one for Luminous, or Tiara for the next song? Tiara for the next song? Okay. So we're going to go with Tiara for the next song, and we need you to give us who sent that in.
Yes, so this request was by Aaron N. Tea Time with Steven. Hey, Isak and Steven, how's it going? Staying happy and healthy, I hope. I've been working super hard to help open a hotel. I am the hotel attendant. I am the house attendant, and we officially open tomorrow. Ooh. There is nothing quite like the first time participating in something so big. My song request is Like the First Time by Tiara. Yes.
Yep, that's it. So we've got Tiara's track of Tom Tom Like the First Time, and we'll see you guys back after this to find out who's getting the penalty. Steven's in the studio for the next 5 weeks, and PD News says that we have to do the penalty ASAP. So let's do the countdown, Steven, to find out who's going to do it. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm scared. Please. Here are the results. 78.5% to 21.5%. Steven, you win this week.
Yes.
Give me the tone.
Yes.
You got lucky.
Thank you. It's my first week.
You got lucky. 아니! 하지마! I have to do body. I have to act out a cringe line from a K-drama or a K-movie. Woo! 왜 이러고 있는 건데? 너 바보야? 왜 말을 못해? 저 남자가 내 사람이다. 저 남자가 내 애인이대. 왜 말을 못하냐고?
That was good.
Why did you guys do this to me? Why? Why do you guys do this to me? Steven is going to be joining us in the studio next week. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. As we say goodbye, we got Luminous's track. Which song request came in for this? Could you please tell us?
This was by Salty Serena. My song request is MATRYOSHKA Luminous because Steven worked on this song. This song gets me ready for the day and for school. I see what you got, what your ego on. Tap, 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 tap is my favorite part of the lyrics. It is a great ego/confidence booster that I need from the start to the end of my day.
Okay, so Lewis's track is going to be our last track for today. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow, and we'll see you next week, Steven. Bye!
Yeah, let's face it, listen up. I see what you got, what your ego on. I see what you got, what your ego on. I see what you got, what your ego on. Top, 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 top. 가면 지성이 이 세상 속 속에서 당연해 살아남기 위해 거짓 사람들은 다 연구 속에 배워 Everybody looks like a 마트로스카 작품보다 꿈 같은 지금이 현실 깍깍대기 속으로 숨었던 진실 I see what you got what you 이거 on top 다들 만족하는가 모든 선택의 결과 Bling bling 빛나고 싶네 Catching 돌아가는 my style Freezing 껍질을 골라 Flipping 진짜나 숨겨 That's the way Oh why 자유로움 속에 솔직하지 못한지 I see what you got what you 이거 on I see what you got what you 이거 on I see what you got what you 이거 on Top 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 I see what you got what you 이거 on I see what you got what you 이거 on I see what you got what you 이거 on top what you 이거 on top Let's go hey 맘대로도 환상 속에 괜찮다는 착각 속에 스스로를 속이지 가슴 속에 아직 많은 나가 있는데 벌써 갇혀버린 이야기 hey 내 웃음은 history 그저 두려워서 가만두면 just story 이제 알겠니 to infinity 부딪히고 탈피해 맞추시카 속 rummy real you really go 수많은 나를 훑지 난 떠오지를 겁을 먹지 freezing 껍질을 골라 Flipping 진짜나